Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and you want to know something really exciting? We finally have a date on when we're going to be receiving Overwatch 2 news. Overwatch 2 news, not the game itself. We don't have a release date of when that's coming out or what's necessarily going to be on the game itself. No, we just have a date for when we're going to be hearing more information about a game that got announced almost a year ago. Oh, it's pain. I always feel pain. So you might not have heard the news, but Blizzcon Online, also known as Blizzconline, that's really cute, Blizzard. Wanna know what else would be cute? Announcing Overwatch 2 and when it's gonna be coming out. But hey, Blizzconline is gonna be taking place on February 19th through 20th in 2021. So early next year, we're finally gonna be getting the BlizzCon that was supposed to be taking place later this year. So that's why I'm saying that we finally have a date on when we might be hearing more information on Overwatch 2, which is early next year. And I say might be hearing more information somewhat hesitantly because there is a chance, there is a slight chance that Blizzard just doesn't talk about Overwatch 2 at the online BlizzCon. I mean, you kind of expect them to, right? But you also kind of don't expect them to announce Overwatch 2 at last year's BlizzCon and then ignore it for a full year. You know what I mean? So that's why in the Overwatch community specifically, this announcement for BlizzCon is bittersweet. It's sweet because now we finally know when this year's BlizzCon is going to be taking place early next year. And it's also sweet because now we know when Overwatch 2 is probably going to be talked about. But it's also bitter because us as the Overwatch community, we've been left completely in the dark when it comes to Overwatch 2. And now we're having to wait almost another half a year just to hear information about this new video game that got announced over a year and a half ago? What? So rightfully so, the Overwatch community is really frustrated with how Blizzard is handling this. I mean, yes, they are giving us a second expansion to Overwatch, and yes, they also didn't need to talk about Overwatch 2 in last year's BlizzCon, but by them talking about Overwatch 2 at last year's BlizzCon and then them not talking about it for a whole entire year, they kind of shot themselves in the foot by doing so because it's like, okay, cool. But then the hype for the new video game just fizzled out over time. I'm not saying the hype is dead, but almost a year without any information is kind of absurd. Like, no company ever tries to promote a new product and then not talk about it for a full year. Why? Because most of the time they understand that the hype for that new product will probably fizzle out if they don't deliver it soon. It's just basic marketing. And I remember making a video a while ago talking about why Blizzard had this idea to announce Overwatch 2 early, but then not talk about it. And in that video, I explained how different departments in a business have different deadlines, or at least expected deadlines. And when it comes to the marketing department of any kind of company, which in case you guys don't know, I did graduate college with a degree in marketing, so this is one thing that I kind of know a little bit about. When it comes to that department of a company, they are notorious with trying to rush out products because they're not working on the product. Their job as a marketer is just to try to drive hype and sales for the company. So when they're seeing that the developers, the animators, the artists are taking their sweet old time, they're saying, hey, we need to sell something. We need to be able to promote this company. So why are you taking your sweet time making a product? So my theory for them announcing Overwatch 2 at last year's BlizzCon and then them not talking about it for a full year is that they probably saw the decline of sales in Overwatch and they needed something to drive hype and attention around Blizzard and Overwatch specifically. So they announced Overwatch 2 with this brand new cinematic and they even had a beta, but then they had nothing else to follow up with that because they really didn't plan for it. Now again, it's just a theory and trying to use my expertise, if you even want to call it, to have you sympathize with Blizzard a little bit. Because you also have to remember that Blizzard takes a notoriously long time making a video game. But when you do get that video game, it's one of the most polished and fun video games you will probably ever play. There's a reason why World of Warcraft is still one of the most popular video games to this day, and it came out well over a decade ago. And the same could be said for Hearthstone, StarCraft, and Overwatch also. Blizzard is not stupid, and there are way more smarter people working there, including in the marketing department. It was just a stupid decision to announce Overwatch 2 and then be silent for almost a year. Everybody in the whole entire world can agree with that, because you gotta have something in in between. And also in Blizzard's defense, it does suck that the thing that's going on in the world did affect Overwatch 2 information and it getting to us, because while the year-round silence is kind of unexcusable, this thing that pushes back BlizzCon to early next year, come on, like, give Blizzard a break. They can't really control that. They don't want to put us in danger, and they want to try to figure out what to do. Do we hold an in-person con, or do we do it online? Obviously, they want to have an in-person con because it's one of the most magical experiences to be a part of, but while Blizzard is smart, they're not scientists. They're not able to know when the cure is going to come up so that they can stop the thing that's going on in the world, so that they can hold a convention. So they want to hold out for a little bit, see what's going to go on, realize that America is completely on fire. Literally, their state is on fire. Realize, okay, well, nobody's able to stop the thing that's going on in the world, so we're just going to have an online con. That's probably the decision that they came to. So that part I can sympathize with Blizzard. The year-long silence, I don't know. But it is exciting to know that Overwatch 2 information is going to be coming out early next year. We're probably going to know the release date for when the game is going to come out. We're probably going to know if it's going to be on next-gen consoles. But at that point, it'd be really, really, really dumb not to have it on next-gen consoles because, well, those consoles are actually going to be coming out in a couple of months. It's kind of funny. Can I just rant one more time? It's kind of funny how a video game that got announced last year is not coming out until after the next-gen consoles come out, which got announced earlier this year. What? But one more time, in Blizzard's defense, they were probably waiting for Sony and Microsoft to announce their next-gen consoles so that they know, okay, well, we can probably port over Overwatch 2 onto the next-gen consoles and have it on last-gen consoles and figure out how that whole ordeal works. Because I really don't know. Are you going to be able to talk to your friends on PS4 while you're on the PS5? And same thing goes for Xbox One and Xbox Series X. We don't even know that bit, or at least I don't. And that part is an integral part when it comes to playing Overwatch, is communicating with your teammates. And if you can't communicate with your teammates because, well, some of them are on PS4 and you're on PS5, then it's going to be a whole entire mess. But that's just my thoughts on Overwatch 2 and BlizzCon 2020 finally having an announcement date on when it's going to be taking place, which is early next year again. Obviously, I'm excited because, hey, BlizzCon is going to be taking place still, and obviously they're probably going to be having Overwatch 2 information there. Hopefully, you can't really expect anything when it comes to Overwatch 2, but obviously I'm a little bit confused on why they did what they did, because when I played Overwatch 2, or at least the demo at BlizzCon, and then seeing how long it's taken for them to even just talk about it, it just got me thinking, man, if that's the multiplayer side of Overwatch 2, then the campaign has to be absolutely banging. It has to be one of the best campaigns of all time, because if it's taken this long, then yeah, I expect them to take as much time as they need to make it such a good campaign, story, gameplay, whatever they gotta do to make it better than Halo 3's campaign, because I still crown that as the best campaign in a video game of all time. Anyway guys, let me know what you think. Are you still excited for Overwatch 2, or are you a little bit jaded because, well, you've been left in the dark for so long? I wouldn't be surprised, but I really hope that you're still excited for Overwatch 2. And if you're not, then let me just end this video off by saying this. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. And the creator of Mario actually said that, which is probably one of, if not the most popular video game of all time. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos and hopefully Overwatch 2 videos to come. And bye.